Baiklah, kita sudah selesai dengan sesi terakhir. Namun sebelum kita menutup ini, akan kita dengarkan before we end this amazing event of the second day of International Business Ethics Conference that brought to you by the Center of Ethics and Organization Culture Soedarpo Sastrosatomo, sponsored by Center for International Private Enterprise, Astra Agrolestari Jamkrindo, Samurai Indonesia, Pelindo 3 dan Pelindo 4, and fully supported by PPM Manajemen. We're going to listen to a closing speech by former chairs and Executive Board Transparency International Indonesia, Ibu Natalia Subagio. Allow me to welcome PPM Manajemen Executive Director, Bapak Triyono Saputro, to give his closing remarks as a token of appreciation to all the distinguished speakers and partners to support this event, and also the summary that what we have been doing for the last 2 days and what can we do next. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome the Executive Directors of PPM Manajemen, Bapak Dr. Triyono Saputro. Pak Tri, kami persilakan. Mohon di-unmute, Pak.
Terima kasih Pak David. Yang saya hormati para pembicara, moderator yang baru saja selesai sharing, yakni Pak Arman, Pak Yanuar, Bu Veve, dan Pak Junardi. Juga yang saya hormati Ibu Natalia Subagio yang akan memberikan closing speech. Yang saya hormati para peserta sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Puji syukur kita aturkan ke Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa atas perkenannya acara IBEC ini dapat berjalan dengan baik dan lancar. Saya atas nama PPM Manajemen mengucapkan banyak terima kasih atas partisipasi Bapak dan Ibu dalam acara International Business Ethics Conference tahun 2021 ini. Kegiatan ini bisa saya laporkan bahwa dihadiri oleh 409 peserta yang berasal dari 196 organisasi. Kegiatan ini berlangsung atas kerjasama PEBOSS PPM Manajemen, salah satu pusat kajian di PPM Manajemen yang berfokus pada konteks etika di organisasi, yang bekerja sama dengan Divisi Publikasi dan Seminar PPM Manajemen. Kami mengucapkan terima kasih kepada para sponsor yang telah mendukung acara IBEC ini, yaitu Center of International Private Enterprise, PT Astra Agrolestari Tbk, PT Jaminan Kredit Indonesia atau Jamkrindo, PT Samudra Indonesia Tbk, PT Pelindo 3, PT Pelindo 4. Acara ini juga didukung oleh Indonesia Global Compact Network, IICD, Culture SARS, Koalisi Anti Korupsi Indonesia, dan Majalah Manajemen. Terima kasih juga kepada seluruh pembicara yang telah berbagi pengalaman dan pengetahuan terkait bisnis yang beretika. Saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada para moderator dan tim yang bertugas yang telah mendukung kesuksesan acara ini. Semoga ke depan kita dapat bersama-sama memperkuat praktek bisnis yang beretika dan berintegritas di Indonesia. Pada kesempatan ini saya mengajak Bapak dan Ibu untuk hadir di acara workshop IBEC berikutnya yang akan diselenggarakan minggu depan pada tanggal 14 dan 15 Juli 2021 yang mengidentifikasi proses pembudayaan yang terjadi di organisasi, serta memahami cara dan proses untuk mengurangi kesenjangan praktek pembudayaan etika dalam organisasi. Selanjutnya, saya persilahkan Ibu Natalia Subagio untuk memberikan closing speech. Beliau merupakan former chair Executive Board Transparency International Indonesia, sekaligus anggota tim pengarah PEBOSS PPM Manajemen. Akhir kata, saya mewakili panitia dan PPM Manajemen mengucapkan banyak terima kasih kepada seluruh peserta IBEC 2021. Sampai bertemu di acara PPM Manajemen selanjutnya. Salam sehat untuk kita semua. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Pak Triyono. Good afternoon to all the participants of IBEC, wherever you may be, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. It's been so inspiring to be part of this intense exchange of ideas and experience on a very important topic, ethics in business, and the challenges of reinforcing integrity and ethical business practices in real life. Over the past 2 days, we've heard the opinions and ideas of government officials, academics, and senior business executives from a wide spectrum of industries, sharing their experience on what ethical business means in practice. So I hope you've enjoyed the discussions as much as I have. I'm not going to rangkum or summarize the discussions over the past 2 days, but I would like to highlight 4 issues. First issue is that I noticed that we didn't dwell too long on the definition of business ethics. Both panelists and participants, I believe, know instinctively what being ethical means. Seperti yang dikatakan Mas Yanwar tadi, being ethical itu sesuatu dari dalam. So I would like to think that all of us know that to be able to sustain our businesses, to build a business that makes a lasting impact on our shareholders, on our stakeholders, for the planet and for the greater good, we need to instill and embed ethical values in how we behave in our organizations and how we make decisions in our business conduct. That's the first point. My second point is, when we talk about implementing business ethics, we tend to focus on the negatives, the challenges, particularly when we operate in an environment where there is endemic corruption, where law enforcement agencies are still weak, and where the attitudes of the people tend to be quite lax towards corrupt practices. But the business case for being ethical is clear. Yesterday, Gibson explained that by being ethical means that you're helping your bottom line. It makes your business more attractive to potential partners and investors. It builds trust in your company, and it strengthens a positive corporate reputation. And so it means that being ethical also opens up all sorts of new opportunities. Being ethical also helps you to fend off predators and rent seekers in the public sector, trying to test your commitment to clean business. As mentioned by the representative of KPK, 80% of the cases handled by the KPK is committed by the private sector for bribery, gratuity, and procurement. But as mentioned by Mark Snell yesterday, there are fewer and fewer places to hide because anti-corruption legislation has become universal and enforcement has become more and more robust. Therefore, being accountable and responsible corporate citizens is the current zeitgeist. But again, we were reminded that it's not just a matter of compliance. We need to live and work driven by the positive values within us. Many of the panelists have explained to us how to make ethical values be part of not just the individual's DNA, but also the organization's DNA. My third point is that it seems that there is no one-shoe-fits-all program, but there is one common thread for those of us who want to build integrity systems within our organizations. And that common thread is committed leadership. All the panelists are agreed that the role of leadership is crucial. The tone from the top, the commitment of the most senior executives must be clear and consistent. Leaders today have to set an example. They need to walk the talk and make sure that the example they set spreads throughout the whole organization. As pointed out by the official from the Ministry of Home Affairs yesterday, As business leaders, you can no longer concentrate on just profits alone, because business leaders today are expected to deal with issues of virtue. Our customers, our investors, our stakeholders are all demanding that companies be ethical, inclusive, sustainable, accountable, and transparent, both internally and externally. So business leaders need to take the first step. But any business, big or small, can start to develop their anti-bribery systems. You can start simply by starting with developing a code of conduct, and from there on, continue on your journey to build a comprehensive ethical system. There are tools and methodologies available, such as the ISO 37001, CACI's checklist, Transparency International Track. All sorts of instruments are out there to help you. For companies in precarious sectors, such as natural resources, embedding ethics in your business processes becomes even more important. Astro Agrada's study has shown how its leadership many years ago already realized this, and they have successfully translated its corporate philosophy into practice, enabling the company to become good corporate citizens, sustain their business, and to prosper with the nation, achieve national excellence, as Bubeti said earlier today. In sectors which relies on its people, such as ISS Indonesia, it's important to start at the personal level. Pak Arman also mentioned this: begin from yourself, instilling the right values in the character building of their employees, and turning their people into examples of their corporate ethics. SOEs, we heard this afternoon, face their own particular challenges, as ethics seem to be just something that is paid lip service to, but not yet really understood, much less internalized. We heard in excruciating and painful detail how difficult it is to look beyond compliance and really understand that this is not compliance, but it's a matter of ethics. But there is progress, as 38% of our SOEs apparently have received ISO 37001 certification already. CACI, the Collective Action Coalition of Anti-Corruption in Indonesia, underscores the importance of collective action, of working together to strengthen our respective integrity systems. My final point, LPPM's PEBOSS, through its intensive research, has developed an ethical cultivation model for organizations in the Indonesian context. And this model looks at three factors: ethical belief, organizational support, adherence to ethical behavior. Each of these factors have particular elements which organizations need to develop. And I believe that this model, which is still a work in progress, is a very good starting point for organizations to develop individually, as there is no one shoe fits all model, as I said earlier. Therefore, I would like to encourage all of us who want to develop an ethical infrastructure within your organization to sit down with our PEBOSS team to put into practice this ethical cultivation model. So take part in the upcoming workshop where this model will be further developed. Scott will also explain his culture fix approach in greater detail, so that you can nurture your own dream employees who are high performance, but also who are individuals with high ethical standards. So those are the four main points that I got from these 2 days of discussions. I hope you found this IBEC conference inspiring. I'd like to thank all the sponsors who have made this IBEC possible, and particularly to you, the participants, for being such active and proactive participants and interested, engaged audience. I wish you success in your endeavors to build your own integrity systems and ethical organizations. Thank you. Terima kasih. Selamat sore.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibu Natala Subagio, for the eye-opener closing speech, and also a very comprehensive summary of these past 2 days. And also thank you for being a part of our PEBOSS family. Bu Natali Subagio, we're going to take a picture for a moment with Pak Triono Saputro. Do you mind? So yeah. Okay. On my mark, 3, 2, 1. Once again. On my mark, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much once again, Ibu Natala Subagjo and Pak Triono, for being with us in this very last moment of IBEC 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, and with that, we come into the end of our event, the International Business Ethics Conference, that's brought to you by the Center for Ethics and Organization Culture, Soedarpo Sastrosatomo, or PEBOSS. On behalf of PPM Manajemen, we would like to thank our sponsor once again, Center for International Private Enterprise, Astra Agrolestari, Jamkrindo, Samudra Indonesia, Pelindo 3, and Pelindo 4. And also we'd like to thank our strategic partner, Indonesian Global Compact Network, or IGCN, Indonesian Institute for Corporate Directorship, or IICD, Koalisi Anti Korupsi Indonesia, or KAKI, and also official media, Majalah Manajemen. And last but not least, the production team from the PDS and also SAP. Round of applause, everybody. Woo. Okay, we do hope that all the session we give you have a great impact, not just only personally, but can be implemented in your respective organization. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. And don't forget, on 14 and 15, the workshop, we'll meet you there. We're going to finish this session by a quote from Porter Stewart, an American lawyer and judge. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have right to do and what is right to do. On behalf of the committee, I'm David Manalu as your host, signing off. Thank you. See you on our next event, and God bless.